My beloved child, don't skip, stay till the end. What you are about to hear was hidden from you on purpose. And the moment you clicked on this, something already shifted. Listen carefully. There is a reason your heart felt uneasy lately. There is a reason your mind kept asking questions you couldn't explain. You were not imagining it. You were sensing the truth trying to break through the noise. My beloved child, you have been fooled, not because you are weak, but because you are valuable. Someone used your trust. Someone used your patience. Someone used your silence. And they thought you would never notice. Stay with me. Don't skip. Every word matters now. For a long time, you believed the system was fair. You believed hard work would always be enough. You believed honesty would protect you. You believed that if you stayed quiet and focused, things would eventually align. But my beloved child, that belief was used against you. Not everyone around you wanted you to win. Not everyone who smiled wanted your growth. Not everyone who guided you spoke the full truth. You were given half information. You were shown only what was convenient. You were distracted while real decisions were made without you. And this is where the deception begins. Don't panic. Don't look away. This is not meant to scare you, it is meant to wake you. My beloved child, the world rewards attention more than effort now. Those who control attention, control outcomes. And while you were busy being genuine, others were busy being strategic. They learned how to speak louder than truth. They learned how to shape narratives. They learned how to profit from confusion. And without realizing it, you started doubting yourself instead of the system. You questioned your ability. You questioned your timing. You questioned your worth. But my beloved child, you were never the problem. Stay till the end. Because something important is about to be revealed. You see, when intelligent minds speak about innovation, technology, and the future, they often hint at something deeper, a warning. Not everyone hears it. Most people scroll past it. But you didn't. And that already tells me something about you. You are observant. You are intuitive. You sense patterns others ignore. That is why manipulation had to be subtle with you. They didn't attack you directly. They distracted you. They made you chase approval instead of purpose. They made you consume instead of create. They made you busy instead of powerful. And slowly, day by day, they pulled your attention away from what truly mattered. My beloved child, this message is not about one person. It is about a system that thrives when you underestimate yourself. You were taught to play small. You were taught to wait for permission. You were taught to doubt your instincts. And when you finally felt ready to move, they changed the rules. That's how the illusion works. But hear me carefully now. Don't skip. What is happening in your life right now is not random. The delays. The resistance. The sudden clarity mixed with confusion. It is all connected. Someone benefited from you staying unaware. Someone benefited from you thinking, this is just how things are. Someone benefited from you not asking deeper questions. But my beloved child, the moment you start seeing clearly, their control weakens. That is why you are feeling restless. That is why old beliefs are breaking. That is why certain people feel uncomfortable around you now. They can sense the shift before you fully understand it. Stay with me. You were never meant to blindly follow trends. You were never meant to live on autopilot. You were never meant to hand over your power to noise. But someone convinced you that comfort is safety. Someone convinced you that staying quiet is wisdom. Someone convinced you that visibility is dangerous. And while you listened, they moved ahead. My beloved child, this is the part most people miss, so don't skip. The greatest deception is not lies. It is selective truth. You were shown success stories without the sacrifices. You were shown freedom without the discipline. You were shown motivation without direction. That kept you inspired, but stuck. And when you felt stuck, you blamed yourself. But the truth is, you were running a race without knowing the full map. Now listen closely. You are not late. You are not behind. You are not broken. You were paused, intentionally. Because when someone sees your potential before you do, they either help you rise or try to slow you down. And not everyone chooses the first option. My beloved child, this message is not asking you to trust blindly again. It is asking you to observe carefully. Watch who benefits when you doubt yourself. Watch who gets uncomfortable when you grow silent and focused. Watch who suddenly changes behavior when you stop explaining yourself. That is where the truth hides. Stay till the end, because the next part will open something deeper. Right now, your job is simple: stop consuming noise. Stop chasing validation. Stop underestimating your awareness. Because the moment you fully understand what was taken from you, you will also understand what can never be taken again. Your clarity. And once clarity arrives, nothing stays the same. My beloved child, don't skip, stay with me till the end. What I am about to say now will connect the dots you've been feeling but couldn't explain. Something changed the moment you realized you were being misled. Not outside you, inside you. You started noticing small things. Words that didn't match actions. Promises that sounded good but led nowhere. Advice that kept you dependent instead of strong. Before, you ignored these signs. Not because you were foolish, but because you were hopeful. My beloved child, hope is beautiful, but it can be exploited. Someone learned how to use your hope. They learned how to keep you waiting. They learned how to keep you just close enough to success, but never fully there. And the most dangerous part? They made you feel grateful for crumbs. Stay till the end. This part is important. You were taught that questioning means negativity. You were taught that obedience means maturity. You were taught that silence means peace. But my beloved child, true peace never comes from suppression. True peace comes from understanding. And understanding is what they tried to delay. You see, when people realize their own value, they stop accepting less. They stop tolerating confusion. They stop asking for permission to exist loudly. That is exactly what they feared with you. So they kept you busy. Busy proving yourself. Busy explaining yourself. Busy fixing things that were never your responsibility. And while you were busy, opportunities passed quietly. Not because you weren't worthy, but because you were distracted. Don't skip. You need to hear this clearly. The world does not always reward goodness immediately. It tests how long goodness can be delayed before it gives up. And you almost gave up, didn't you? You told yourself, maybe this is just my limit. Maybe others are smarter. Maybe I'm not meant for more. But my beloved child, those thoughts were planted. They were not born from your soul. They were introduced through repetition, comparison, and exhaustion. That is how manipulation works best, quietly. You were never meant to constantly doubt your instincts. You were never meant to feel guilty for wanting more. You were never meant to shrink so others could feel comfortable. Yet you did. Because someone benefited from your smallness. Stay with me. Something bigger is opening now. Notice how your energy has changed lately. You don't argue as much. You don't explain as much. You don't chase answers from people who confuse you. That is not weakness. That is awakening. When clarity arrives, noise becomes unbearable. When truth arrives, excuses collapse. My beloved child, you are entering a phase where illusions fall fast. People who once felt powerful over you will suddenly feel unsure around you. Not because you said something, but because you stopped reacting. And silence with awareness is more powerful than arguments. Don't skip. You were conditioned to believe success is loud. But real power moves quietly. It observes. It waits. It strikes with precision. That is why this moment feels uncomfortable. You are shedding an old version of yourself. The version that needed approval. The version that overgave. The version that believed effort alone would be seen. Now you are learning strategy. And strategy changes everything. My beloved child, this is where many people turn back. They feel the pressure and return to old habits. They seek comfort instead of growth. But you didn't click this message by accident. Something inside you is ready. Ready to stop being managed by fear. Ready to stop being misled by appearances. Ready to stop trading time for validation. Stay till the end. You have been watching others move ahead and wondered, how did they get there so fast? What do they know that I don't? The answer is not intelligence. It is awareness. They understood the rules before playing the game. And now, slowly, you are understanding them too. You are realizing that attention is currency. That silence can be leverage. That timing matters more than speed. And most importantly, you are realizing your worth does not need permission. My beloved child, once you see this, you cannot unsee it. You will notice how some people panic when you stop sharing plans. You will notice how some people lose interest when you stop seeking advice. You will notice how some people disappear when they can no longer influence you. That is not loss. That is alignment. Don't skip the next lines. You were fooled once, yes. But only once. Because the second time requires consent. And you are no longer consenting. You are learning to listen inward instead of outward. You are learning to trust patterns instead of promises. You are learning to move when ready, not when rushed. This is the turning point. Everything before this moment was preparation. Every delay trained your patience. Every disappointment sharpened your vision. Every betrayal refined your boundaries. Nothing was wasted. My beloved child, this is why you survived confusion. This is why you endured silence. This is why you stayed curious instead of bitter. Because what is coming next requires clarity. And clarity cannot live where illusions remain. Stay till the end of this journey. The next part will reveal why the timing of your awakening is not late, it is perfect. Don't skip. Something big is about to open. My beloved child, pause for a moment, don't skip. This part is where many people feel uncomfortable, because truth starts getting closer. If you feel a slight pressure in your chest right now, that's not fear. That's recognition. Something inside you already knows you cannot go back to how you were before. And that is exactly why this moment matters. Stay till the end. You are beginning to see how carefully everything was arranged around you. The timing of advice. The timing of distractions. The timing of encouragement, only when it benefited others. You were praised when you stayed useful. Ignored when you became independent. Questioned when you started thinking for yourself. That pattern is not coincidence. My beloved child, when people can no longer control you through authority, they try to control you through confusion. They mix truth with doubt. They give answers that sound wise but lead nowhere. They keep you, almost, informed. That keeps you dependent. And dependency was never your destiny. Don't skip now. This is important. You were raised to believe being chosen means being lucky. But you are learning something deeper. Being chosen means being tested. Tested through delays. Tested through loneliness. Tested through moments where quitting felt logical. Because only those who can stand alone can later stand strong. My beloved child, you often wondered why help didn't arrive when you needed it most. Why clarity came late at night instead of during the day. Why answers appeared only after pain. It wasn't punishment. It was training. You were being taught to rely on your inner voice instead of outer approval. And that lesson is priceless. Stay with me. You see now how easily crowds can be led. How quickly opinions can be shaped. How confidently false certainty can sound. Before, this confused you. Now, it sharpens you. You are no longer impressed by loud voices. You are no longer hypnotized by popularity. You are no longer moved by urgency that feels forced. That's growth. My beloved child, this is where separation begins. Not separation from people, but separation from illusions. You are starting to recognize energy. Not words, not titles, not appearances, energy. You feel when something is off. You sense when information is incomplete. You notice when excitement is manufactured. That awareness is dangerous to systems built on deception. That's why resistance increases right before breakthrough. Don't skip. You may have noticed obstacles appearing suddenly. Unexpected delays. Strange misunderstandings. People doubting you out of nowhere. This is not bad luck. This is pressure testing. Life is asking you one question: will you stay clear, or will you panic? Because panic returns you to old patterns. Clarity pushes you forward. My beloved child, you are being invited into a quieter strength. A strength that does not announce itself. A strength that does not argue. A strength that moves when the moment is right. This is why patience has been forced upon you. Because impatience would have exposed you too early. You needed time to mature. To observe. To connect dots others missed. And now, that time is ending. Stay till the end. You once thought power meant control over others. Now you see power is control over self. You once thought success meant speed. Now you see success means direction. You once thought knowledge meant information. Now you see knowledge means discernment. This shift inside you is irreversible. My beloved child, some people will not recognize you anymore. They will say, "You've changed. You're distant. You're different." They are right. You are no longer available for manipulation. You are no longer reactive. You are no longer explainable. And that unsettles those who relied on predictability. Don't skip now. You are stepping into a phase where moves are made quietly. Plans are protected. Energy is guarded. You don't announce growth. You demonstrate it. And when results appear, they will seem sudden to others, but you will know how long it was building. My beloved child, this is where faith becomes practical. Not blind belief, but steady action guided by clarity. You are learning when to speak. You are learning when to stay silent. You are learning when to walk away without explanation. That wisdom was earned. Every night you questioned yourself. Every moment you felt unseen. Every time you stayed calm when reacting would have been easier. Nothing was wasted. Stay till the end. The deception you experienced was not meant to defeat you. It was meant to introduce you to a sharper version of yourself. One who watches first. One who moves second. One who commits fully. This is why shortcuts no longer tempt you. This is why shallow praise feels empty. This is why your standards feel higher. You are not becoming cold. You are becoming clear. My beloved child, clarity feels lonely at first. Because fewer people can walk with you there. But clarity also attracts alignment. And alignment is coming. The next phase of your life will reward precision, not effort. Awareness, not noise. Timing, not speed. And you are ready for it. Don't skip what comes next. The next part will reveal why certain doors had to close before the right ones could even be seen. Stay with me. Something big is about to unfold. My beloved child, don't skip, stay till the very end. This is the part where everything that confused you starts to make sense. You wondered why doors closed without warning. Why conversations ended suddenly. Why opportunities faded right when you felt close. At the time, it felt unfair. It felt personal. It felt like loss. But my beloved child, those doors did not close to punish you, they closed to protect you. Some paths looked promising but led to dependence. Some connections felt exciting but required you to shrink. Some opportunities offered comfort but demanded your awareness in exchange. And you were never meant to pay that price. Stay with me. Don't skip. You see now that not every open door is a blessing. Some are traps dressed as progress. Some are delays disguised as shortcuts. Some are invitations to repeat old patterns. That is why timing matters more than desire. My beloved child, you were spared from things you once begged for. If you had received them early, you would have stayed small longer. You would have compromised more. You would have learned less. And the version of you emerging now would never have existed. Don't skip this. The confusion you lived through taught you how to sit with uncertainty without losing yourself. The silence taught you how to listen inward. The rejection taught you how to choose yourself. The waiting taught you patience with purpose. These were not delays. They were upgrades. My beloved child, this is why certain people couldn't follow you. Not because they were bad, but because they were comfortable where they were. Your growth demanded discomfort. Your clarity demanded honesty. Your next level demanded discipline. And not everyone signs up for that. Stay till the end. You are entering a season where your boundaries will be tested again. Some people will return with familiarity. Some will speak kindly, but expect access. Some will promise support, but seek control. This time, you will notice faster. Because you are no longer impressed by words alone. You watch consistency. You observe behavior. You feel energy. That awareness is your shield. My beloved child, you once thought being chosen meant being included. Now you know being chosen often means being excluded. Excluded from noise. Excluded from drama. Excluded from shallow connections. And that exclusion creates space. Space for focus. Space for mastery. Space for alignment. Don't skip now. The loneliness you sometimes feel is not emptiness, it is room being made. Room for the right people. Room for the right work. Room for the right moment. And when it arrives, it will feel calm, not chaotic. My beloved child, this is how you know you are ready. You no longer rush decisions. You no longer fear missing out. You no longer chase what runs from you. You choose. And choosing is power. Stay till the end. You were once pulled in many directions. Now your energy moves in one direction. You were once reactive. Now you are intentional. You were once seeking validation. Now you seek alignment. That is maturity. My beloved child, what is about to open in your life will require stability, not excitement. It will require consistency, not motivation. It will require clarity, not urgency. And you have been trained for exactly this. Every moment you waited instead of forcing. Every time you stayed silent instead of arguing. Every time you observed instead of reacting. You were preparing. Don't skip. The people who doubted you will not understand the timing. They will call it luck. They will call it sudden. But you will know how long it took to become ready. My beloved child, you are no longer asking, "Why did this happen to me?" You are asking, "What did this prepare me for?" And that question changes everything. Because now, you are not afraid of closed doors. You trust that what is meant for you cannot pass you. The final part is coming. Stay with me. What comes next will bring everything together and show you why being fooled once was the beginning, not the end. My beloved child, don't skip, stay till the very end. This is where everything comes together. You now understand why you had to be fooled once. Not to break you, but to wake you. Because before clarity, there must be contrast. Before wisdom, there must be experience. Before strength, there must be testing. And you passed the test without even knowing it was one. Stay with me. You see now that being fooled did not take your power, it revealed it. It showed you how easily trust can be misplaced. It showed you how quickly appearances can lie. It showed you why awareness is more valuable than talent. And from that moment on, you were no longer the same person. My beloved child, you don't need revenge. You don't need explanations. You don't need closure from anyone. Because clarity gave you something better, detachment. You can see without anger. You can remember without pain. You can move forward without dragging the past. That is real freedom. Don't skip now. What is opening in your life next will not arrive with noise. It will arrive quietly. Calmly. Naturally. It will feel right instead of rushed. Stable instead of exciting. Aligned instead of impressive. And that is how you will know it is real. My beloved child, you are no longer drawn to chaos. You are no longer addicted to intensity. You are no longer impressed by urgency. You choose peace with purpose. And that choice changes your future. Stay till the end. The people who once influenced you will no longer recognize your decisions. Not because you became cold, but because you became clear. You don't explain your moves anymore. You don't announce your plans. You don't seek permission to grow. You move quietly and let results speak. That is maturity. My beloved child, you were once afraid of being misunderstood. Now you understand that being misunderstood is often the price of growth. Not everyone is meant to understand you, especially those who benefited from the old version of you. And that is okay. Don't skip. What lies ahead will require discernment. Opportunities will come faster now. Connections will appear unexpectedly. Doors will open without forcing. Your job is not to grab everything, but to choose wisely. Because abundance without clarity becomes distraction. And you are no longer distracted. My beloved child, remember this moment. Remember how confusion turned into awareness. How pain turned into insight. How delay turned into preparation. Nothing about your journey was random. You are being shaped for something that requires stability, patience, and precision. And you are ready. Stay till the end. The message you needed was never meant for everyone. It was meant for those who could sit through uncertainty without numbing themselves. It was meant for those who questioned quietly instead of following blindly. It was meant for you. My beloved child, being fooled once did not disqualify you. It qualified you. Because now, you see clearly. And once you see clearly, you cannot be controlled the same way again. This is not the end of your story. This is the moment you stop walking in borrowed direction and start moving in your own. Stay grounded. Stay observant. Stay silent when needed. What is coming will meet you at your level of clarity. And you are exactly where you need to be. Don't skip life now. Live it, with awareness. My beloved child, don't skip, stay with me till the end. This part is quieter, and that is why it is powerful. After awakening comes stillness. Not the empty kind, the focused kind. You may feel like things slowed down again. Like the noise faded. Like fewer people are around you now. This is not regression. This is positioning. Stay with me. When clarity arrives, life creates space around you. Space to think. Space to choose. Space to build without interference. Before, your energy was scattered. Now, it is gathered. And gathered energy creates impact. My beloved child, you are learning something most people never do, how to wait without doubting yourself. Waiting without complaining. Waiting without explaining. Waiting without leaking your plans. That discipline is rare. Don't skip. You may notice now that temptations return in softer forms. Old habits knocking politely. Old people sounding wiser. Old paths looking safer. This is the final test. Not of strength, but of discernment. Because growth is not proven by how far you go, but by what you refuse to return to. My beloved child, you no longer need intensity to feel alive. You no longer need approval to feel confident. You no longer need chaos to feel important. You feel grounded. And grounded people cannot be easily moved. Stay till the end. The future you are stepping into will not reward urgency. It will reward consistency. It will reward focus. It will reward calm execution. That is why your emotions are stabilizing. That is why reactions feel unnecessary. That is why silence feels comfortable now. You are no longer chasing signs. You are becoming one. My beloved child, some days may feel ordinary. But ordinary days build extraordinary outcomes. This is where discipline replaces motivation. This is where habits replace hope. This is where quiet work replaces loud dreams. And this phase creates permanence. Don't skip. You once asked for proof. Now you understand process. You once wanted answers. Now you trust patterns. You once feared being unseen. Now you know being unseen is sometimes protection. Because what you are building needs time to mature. My beloved child, you will soon notice results appearing naturally. Not rushed. Not forced. Not announced. They will surprise others, but not you. Because you stayed present. Because you stayed patient. Because you stayed aware. This is how alignment looks. Stay till the end. You were never meant to rush destiny. You were meant to become ready for it. And readiness is what you carry now. Don't return to noise. Don't explain your calm. Don't apologize for your boundaries. You earned this stillness. My beloved child, this phase may feel quiet. But quiet phases decide loud futures. Remain steady. Remain observant. Remain intentional. What is unfolding does not need your announcement. It needs your commitment. Stay with me. The next part will reveal why this calm is the clearest sign that something major is already in motion. My beloved child, don't skip, stay till the end. This part explains why everything feels calm right before something powerful begins. Calm is not emptiness. Calm is alignment. Chaos comes when you are out of place. Stillness comes when you are exactly where you should be. And right now, you are exactly where you should be. Stay with me. You may notice fewer emotional highs and lows. Less excitement. Less anxiety. Less need to talk. That is not boredom. That is balance. Your nervous system is no longer in survival mode. Your mind is no longer chasing certainty. Your spirit is no longer begging for reassurance. You are settled. My beloved child, this is the state where real creation begins. Not rushed creation. Not emotional creation. Intentional creation. Don't skip. Before, you wanted quick change. Now you want lasting change. Before, you wanted recognition. Now you want results. Before, you wanted movement. Now you want direction. That internal shift is everything. You are no longer driven by fear of missing out. You are driven by clarity of purpose. And purpose does not shout. Purpose moves quietly, but it moves consistently. Stay till the end. You might feel disconnected from things that once excited you. Conversations feel shallow. Drama feels heavy. Noise feels unnecessary. That's because your frequency changed. You didn't rise above people, you rose above patterns. And patterns determine outcomes. My beloved child, this is why you don't feel the need to prove anything anymore. Proving comes from doubt. Confidence comes from knowing. And you know now. You know what drains you. You know what strengthens you. You know when something aligns and when it doesn't. That awareness is your compass. Don't skip. Soon, life will test this calm. Not with chaos, but with opportunity. Opportunities that look good. Sound good. Feel familiar. This time, you won't rush. You will ask one question quietly: does this protect my clarity or threaten it? And your answer will guide you correctly. My beloved child, this is how maturity protects destiny. Not by saying yes to everything, but by saying no without guilt. You are learning restraint. And restraint is power refined. Stay till the end. You once feared silence because silence made you face yourself. Now silence is where you recharge. You once filled space with words. Now you fill space with presence. That is growth. My beloved child, nothing about this phase is accidental. You are being trained to carry something bigger without dropping it. Because what is coming will demand emotional stability, mental clarity, and spiritual grounding. And you are developing all three. Don't skip. You may not see dramatic changes yet. But internally, everything has rearranged. Your priorities. Your boundaries. Your reactions. Your focus. And when the outer world catches up, it will feel sudden. But it won't be sudden to you. Because you know how long you've been preparing. Stay with me. This calm is not the end of movement. It is the moment before decisive action. And the next part will show you why your patience is about to be rewarded in a way that feels natural, not overwhelming. Don't skip. Something is already aligning. Part 8. My beloved child, don't skip, stay till the end. This part reveals why what is aligning now will feel different from everything before. You are not chasing it anymore. It is moving toward you. That is the shift. Before, you were trying to fit yourself into outcomes. Now, outcomes are adjusting to your clarity. And that only happens when inner alignment is complete. Stay with me. You may notice signs appearing quietly. A conversation that feels purposeful. An idea that returns with more strength. An opportunity that doesn't drain you. These are not accidents. They are responses. Life responds differently when you stop forcing. My beloved child, this is why patience was demanded of you. If things had arrived earlier, you would have questioned yourself. You would have doubted your readiness. You would have relied on others for validation. Now, you trust your judgment. And that changes everything. Don't skip. You are entering a phase where effort feels cleaner. Less resistance. Less second-guessing. Less emotional exhaustion. Not because things are easy, but because they are aligned. Aligned actions multiply. Misaligned actions drain. And you finally know the difference. My beloved child, you once feared responsibility. Now you are ready for it. Because responsibility without clarity feels heavy. But responsibility with clarity feels purposeful. You are no longer asking, can I handle this? You are asking, is this worth handling? That question protects your energy. Stay till the end. The right opportunities will respect your boundaries. They won't rush you. They won't confuse you. They won't demand you abandon yourself. They will feel mutual. That is how you recognize them. My beloved child, what is aligning now does not require you to become someone else. It requires you to remain who you are, focused, aware, steady. And that is the greatest confirmation that you are on the right path. Don't skip. You